Hey, what's up, everybody? Nick here with Virtual Assistant, Assistant.com, and I'm joined by Chad Lawie. Lawie? Am I
Lowry? It's like a seasoning. Lowy.
Anyways, Lawie from LongerDays.com, one of the biggest virtual assistant companies in the U.S. Chad, welcome. What's your deal, man?
Nick, hey, thanks for having me. My deal is virtual assistants. Doing virtual assistants.
That's what we're here for.
Awesome. I'm glad
So
that
you
we've
guys have
connected then.
been around for quite some time, and kind of a unique situation in that most of the other U.S. based companies are remote staff in that they're kind of like home based workers, right? And so they're very like distributed teams. But you guys have a different approach. You want to tell me a little bit about it?
Sure, totally. What makes us a little bit different is we all work together from the same office that's based here in Muskegon, Michigan, in the United States.
Pretty sweet. What do you guys what do you do? Is it like admin stuff, business stuff? What areas of of virtual assistants do you specialize in?
Good question. My parents are always asking me that question too. They're like, virtual assistants, so what is it again? Yeah, we really have five core services: admin, reception, so like virtual reception, graphic design, web design, and creative writing or copywriting, ghostwriting, whatever terminology you want to use for that. Those kind of really the umbrella terms that we use for our services, but there are other things that we do that fall into that are really wide categories, like Infusionsoft support or customer service or order fulfillment, things like that. So, but yeah, we really break them down into the categories of administrative assistants, reception assistants, graphic design, web design, and creative writing.
Do you find you're serving primarily like a small business customer or individuals? What's the customer base look like?
Definitely small businesses. A lot of small businesses, primarily American-based, but we do work with companies all around the world. Um, we seem to work really, really well with e-commerce business owners because they have a lot of repetitive tasks that are not only repetitive, but they're kind of sensitive in nature. If we're dealing with credit cards or customer support emails or phone calls that are particularly well suited to the security that working here together in a U.S. based office affords our staff. A lot of e-commerce business owners feel more comfortable working with us versus somebody overseas or somebody from home.
Okay.
And so, yeah, and so in that sense, we've always been targeted towards small businesses versus, a lot of other, for example, other companies might target personal assistants, being more of a personal-based luxury service.
Right. I'm busy. I just need somebody to, do my bidding for me.
Yeah.
Do you find so you mentioned like a handful of different services. I mean, you do copywriting and do graphics, and do admin stuff. Do you find people utilizing all of that, or do they come and say, "Hey, I want kind of help in one area"?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's really across the board. I mean, our services are really utilized pretty evenly. Because really, when we first started out as a company, we were a virtual assistant company, and those services were really born out of what our customers were asking us for, with the most common requests that we were getting. But we definitely have customers who use us only for reception, or sign up and just use us for creative writing, or just web work. So it really depends on the customer. But yeah.
So if I sign up, do I have a dedicated person? Like if I have some repetitive task that's always going to need to be done, like that's a one person who's always going to be handling that, or is it kind of, and then if I have that graphic task that goes off to the graphics department, what's it look like kind of behind the scenes?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. Yeah, it is a dedicated person. So when a customer signs up for, longer days, we give them one point of contact to work with, and then that point of contact delegates out as they need to. So if they're not skilled in graphic design, they can turn over to the graphic designer and say, hey, I need help with this, or the web person, or whatever it might be. So.
Okay, okay.
And that works out really well, for example, with like the reception tasks. If you always have the same 1 to 2 people answering the phone, you end up getting really familiar with the customers, the products, the businesses, that business. So you end up offering, a higher level of service. The drawback to that is that we're not always there to answer the phone. So, with like an answering service, you can have somebody answering that phone 24/7, reading off a script, but the problem is that they're limited to that script. So it's kind of a pro and con situation, and that is why we assign more than one person. So in the event that the primary receptionist is ever away from their desk, going to the bathroom, taking a break, whatever it is, on lunch, you've got a backup person, and if necessary, we'll assign a third backup person. So it kind of waterfalls down where the first person knows the most, second, yeah, a lot, but not as much as the first, and third is obviously going to know the least. Yeah, you get it.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I was gonna ask. So you mentioned the personal stuff. Like, hey, if it's strictly personal use, obviously you can take care of it, but that may not be the bread and butter. Any other, I don't know, like horror stories, problem clients? Anybody like who's listening who maybe is not going to be a good fit for longer days?
Good question. I was gonna say nothing comes to mind, but
Yeah, don't call out anybody by name.
yeah, no, I won't. I mean, I think a virtual assistant can be really bad at when a customer says, "I need you to be my boss." It's hard to, or keep me on track. It's hard to be a hired hand, but then be a boss at the same time and function in both of those roles. So I would say maybe don't hire us if you need like someone to crack the whip on you, because ultimately you're the one paying, and you can be like, yeah, whatever, I'm not going to do that task. I don't know, maybe that's bad advice, but yeah,
okay.
It's got to be done in a.
You're the ship, okay.
Yeah, you can't. You can't outsource the captain's role. It's very difficult.
All right, we're gonna make more sailing references for you.
Appreciate it.
Just any way the wind goes.
Yeah.
Are you on your laptop? You gonna give us a quick tour?
Yeah. Let me unplug this. So yeah, this welcome to Longer Days. This is where it all happened.
You guys have a big facility. I like it.
That's Emily, one of the team leads at Longer Days. It's like there's a conference call going on over there, so I don't want to get over there too much. But actually, one thing to show you is all these shelves going along the wall here. Yeah, all the way back. That's stock that we actually warehouse for our customers and ship out for them. Same thing going on right here in this corner. A bunch of books and everything that we work with a lot of authors who supply us with the books so we can ship them out on specific basis in certain situations. Behind me is Andrew, one of our managers, and then over here is Kelly, one of our graphic designers. We got two copywriters right here, Mike and Dave. Hey, Mike. And so yeah, that's the office. It's kind of weird to give you a backwards tour because I'm trying to guide you. But yeah, that's it. Over in the corner, we have our lovely whiteboard graphics here. This is Laura. Hi. We have more people back here.
Cool.
So yeah, lots of fun decorations in the office. We have a nice little bat here. Leftover decorations from Halloween.
I was gonna say 25 or 30 on your team. It looks like.
Yep.
Cool. Well, that's awesome.
That's it.
That's it. Thanks so much for joining me and for showing us around. I think that's one definitely a unique selling proposition for Longer Days, and so appreciate the tour, and we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up there. Everybody, feel free to check out longerdays.com for your U.S.-based virtual assistant service. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks. Bye, Nick.